not my woman, no.
And I would never, ever, ever use a lie. Ain't now one of them niggas stepped up and said they hit this. Use a goddamn lie. So what are you saying, Jonathan?
I'm saying I need you to be a mother, not a networker, not a baddie, not a squatter, not a motherfucker.
I'm not about to let nobody in no club jump on my back over no.
Just got exposed by her own son for being in love with him and trying to get busy on some sweet home Alabama timing. Before we dive into this absolutely wild story, make sure you smash that like button and hit subscribe, because today we're about to break down some seriously disturbing family drama that's got the whole internet talking. And trust me, this one's going to have you questioning everything you thought you knew about family boundaries. So, check this out. We all know Blueface has been making headlines for years, but recently something happened that had everyone's jaws on the floor. The rapper literally went on Twitter and told his own mother that she's not his type and that they could never sleep together. Yeah, you heard that right. A grown man had to tell his own mother to back off because she was acting way too invested in his love life. But this isn't just some random outburst. This has been building up for years, and the fans have been peeping the weird energy all along.
Jonathan?
I'm saying I need you to be a mother, not a networker, not a baddie, not a squatter, not a motherfucker.
I'm not about to let nobody in no club jump on my back over no gate.
I'm about to show you the video.
You have no reason to lie. Don't call me no liar, Jonathan. Jonathan, let her talk, because this is going to be my last time playing with you and your people. Because I don't like how me and her apologize.
I don't care, you're a liar.
You're a.
Let me break this down for you from the beginning, because this story is deeper than you think. Carissa Saffold, Blueface's mother, has always been a character. She met Blueface's father back in the day at a mall where she was working retail management. From what we know, their relationship was complicated from the jump. Carissa had dreams of being in the spotlight herself. She wanted to be in Hollywood, tried her hand at acting, and was always chasing that fame. She's been open about having 3 kids with different fathers, and the instability of constantly moving and changing relationships created a chaotic environment. When she had Jonathan, who we now know as Blueface, she saw an opportunity to live out those dreams through her son. But here's where it gets interesting. Carissa has admitted that she's always needed to be with someone that she's not good to do by herself. This dependency on male attention and validation would later manifest in disturbing ways with her own son. Blueface grew up in this environment where his mother was constantly seeking male validation, jumping from relationship to relationship, and struggling to maintain stability. He became the man of the house at a young age, especially when his older brother Andre went to prison for manslaughter. This created an unhealthy dynamic where Blueface felt responsible for taking care of his mother emotionally and financially. When Blueface blew up in the rap scene with Toyana, everything changed. Suddenly, he's got money, fame, and access to all types of women. And that's when Carissa's behavior started raising eyebrows. Instead of being a supportive mother who wanted her son to find happiness, she became this
y'all need to start holding people accountable. This is not funny no more. This is not a game no more. And that was the ugliest shit I've ever seen in my life.
The fans started noticing something was off early on. Like, why is this grown man's mother so involved in his dating life? Why does she have opinions about every woman he's with? And why does she always seem to have this jealous energy whenever he's around other females? What made it even weirder was how Carissa would insert herself into Blueface business ventures. She moved in with him, worked at his restaurant, and basically made herself indispensable in his daily life. This wasn't just a mother supporting her successful son. This was a woman who refused to let her son have any independence or privacy. Let's talk about Jay and Alexis first. This is one of Blueface's baby mothers, and Carissa had major issues with her from day one.
You always hate Jaden, or did you at some point like Jaden?
I've always liked her. I've just always seen different things that she would do. I would say as a narcissist, and try to control like what he disperses to us.
You think Jaden's a narcissist
Yes.
over your son?
Yes. Oh, hell yes.
Carissa, you must have smoked
Oh,
a fat
hell
one
yeah.
earlier.
She's a good one too. What?
Jaden?
Yeah, Jaden is controlling this whole y'all think it's John. She told him, go on over there and get that money. Bring it back. You better stop playing. You ain't picking up what I've been putting down this whole year, huh?
Okay, wait, no, we're gonna get into it because you've been putting a lot down.
Now, you'd think a grandmother would want to maintain some kind of peace for the sake of the grandchildren, right? Wrong. Carissa was constantly starting drama with Jayan. always had something negative to say and seemed to take every opportunity to undermine their relationship. The weird part, it wasn't just normal mother-in-law drama. There was this underlying jealousy that fans picked up on. Carissa would make comments about Jaiden being a housekeeper and would constantly criticize her appearance and behavior. She even admitted to teaching Jaiden how to cook and clean when she was younger, but then would use that against her later. What really exposed Carissa's true feelings was when she made racist comments about wanting Blueface to be with a darker-skinned woman instead of Jaiden. She said she believed black people should be with black people and that Jaiden ain't dark enough.
What you want to do, Mr. Kobe Jonathan Porter, Bryant, what you want to do is go ahead and repent today and start over. That ain't it, okay? I'm going to tell you the truth this one last time. I'm going to give you one more last secret, okay? Because you done about used up all your biblical passes, baby. You done used them all up today. You want me to respect your wife? That's not a wife. That's a maid. You need to know the difference, okay? A wife is a helpmate. It ain't a drunk, complaining, crying, weird, pumpkin head crybaby. Okay? That's not a wife. You don't have a helpmate. You got a maid. You getting them mixed up. Respect your wife.
This wasn't about protecting her son. This was about her own personal preferences and prejudices affecting his relationships. The breaking point came when Carissa physically assaulted Jaiden at the restaurant, flipping a tray of food that hit Jaiden in the eye with hot sauce. A grown woman attacked her son's baby mother over being called a liar. That's not normal maternal behavior. That's a behavior of someone who sees these women as threats to her position in her.
They might get mad at me for running my mouth, but you know me. I got to say what I got to say when I got to say what I got to say. I think this is just my personal mammy opinion.
Then came Christian rock, and boy did things get messy. Karein and Blueface had this toxic on-and-off relationship that played out in public, and Carissa was right there in the middle of it all. But here's where it gets really weird. Sometimes she'd be Team Christian. Other times she'd be against her. It was like she was playing both sides, trying to control the narrative and keep herself relevant in her son's love life. Initially, Carissa was against Karein from the beginning. She admitted that when she saw Christian's audition video for Blue Girls Club, she told Blueface, "Don't pick her. Whatever you do, don't pick her." But she couldn't explain why. She just had this gut feeling that she didn't want this particular woman around her son. The situation escalated when Christian moved into the house with Carissa and Blueface. What should have been a temporary arrangement turned into a power struggle between two women fighting for the same man's attention. Carissa would complain about Christian going into her room, taking her makeup, and not following her rules. But instead of addressing it like an adult, she set booby traps and created unnecessary drama. The infamous brawl between Carissa and Karein wasn't just about a dog or house rules. It was about territory. Carissa felt threatened by Karein's influence over Blueface and lashed out violently. The fact that she threw objects at a pregnant woman shows just how far her jealousy had pushed her. One of the most telling incidents was when Carissa and Jaiden were co-managing Blueface restaurant. This should have been a business arrangement, but Carissa turned it into another opportunity to control and manipulate. She would undermine Jaiden's authority, create drama with customers, and use the restaurant as a personal stage. When Jaiden called her a liar about something, Carissa's reaction was completely disproportionate. She flipped a tray of food, causing hot sauce to hit Jaiden in the eye, and then tried to justify it by saying she had cooked a gourmet meal and deserved respect. This incident showed that Carissa couldn't handle being challenged by any woman in her son's life, even in a professional setting. Social media is undefeated when it comes to calling out weird behavior, and the fans were not having it. They started pointing out how Carissa's behavior wasn't normal mother behavior. Comments started flooding in like, "Why is she so jealous of her son's girlfriends? This woman is acting like a scorned lover, not a mother. Something ain't right with his family dynamic." The fans noticed how she get visibly upset when Blueface showed affection to other women. They saw how she tried to sabotage his relationships and always position herself as the most important woman in his life. It was giving possessive girlfriend energy, not protective mother energy. What really sealed the deal for fans was when Carissa started making sexual comments about her son. She compared her husband's anatomy to Blueface's, made inappropriate jokes about his mandingo status, and even accidentally posted nude photos that she claimed were meant for her husband. The internet immediately called out how inappropriate and disturbing these—
I just want to get on here and address a couple people that's saying that I feel entitled, and when I said make it enough, that was y'all was saying that was me being entitled, and I think I should have this and have that. I want to address that to you slow motherfuckers in the back, because the real mothers already know what I'm talking about, but the slow motherfuckers that ain't got no grandmas for their kids, that, you know what I'm saying?
Blueface had enough. The man literally went on Twitter and said what everyone was thinking. He told his mother straight up, "Mom, we can never have intercourse. I'm not into that. Please stop being so invested in the women I'm laying down with. It's kinda weird. Like, you jealous for some reason. We can never lay down together. You're not my type." Now, the fact that a grown man had to tweet this about his own mother should tell you everything you need to know about how inappropriate her behavior had become. This wasn't just him being disrespectful. This was him setting boundaries that should have never needed to be set in the first place. In interviews, Blueface has expressed frustration with his mother's behavior, saying she needs to grow up and stop acting like she's in competition with his romantic partners. He has called her out for